This is our first problem on unit hydrograph. We'll develop a unit hydrograph from discharge versus time data for a particular cross section, maybe a river, maybe a drainage channel, whatever. But we will develop a unit hydrograph. You have some data. The rainfall event occurred for 4 hours, and the catchment area is given as x. Let's assume that the catchment area x is 100 square kilometer, and the base flow y is given as 11.4 meter cube per second. If all these things are known, to draw a unit hydrograph or to find out the ordinates of unit hydrograph, you need the data of direct runoff, not the total flow. Here, what we are given is total flow. The flow, what is given, is actually total flow in a particular cross section. You can consider it as total runoff. But we are interested in direct runoff. How do we find out direct runoff? From the total flow what we have, we will subtract base flow for each ordinary. Then we will get direct runoff. And here we have base flow of 11.4 meter cube per second. From that, we'll get direct runoff of, let's say, 35 subtracted by 11.4, you will get a value of 23.6. 158 subtracted by 11.4, you'll get a value of 248.6. 260 subtracted by 11.4, you'll get a value of 274.6. Oh, sorry, 270, not 72, 274.6. I'm writing all of them all together. You'll get a value of 209.6. For 221, you'll get a value of 209.6. For 1886, you'll get a value of 174.6. You'll get a value of 145.6. Write them all. You'll get a value of 121.6. You'll get a value of 81.6. You'll get a value of 64.6, 53.6, and 28.6. So these are the value for direct runoff. Now you have got the value of direct runoff. Now you need to find out the ordinates for 6-hour unit hydrograph. For unit hydrograph, you get the value of flow. Let's say this flow maybe is for particular. Let's say it's for z z centimeter rainfall. But in case of unit hydrograph, you need to find out the flow for 1 centimeter rainfall. But we don't know the amount of rainfall occurred. So you got to find out the amount of rainfall occurred. For that, you need to find out the total. You need to find out the total direct runoff volume. And the value is, if you sum all the values, 23.6 to 48.6, you'll get a value of 1573.2 meter cube per second. It's a total direct runoff volume per second. Now I need depth. I need the depth for direct runoff. So if I want to find out the total depth, What do we need? I need I need total volume. Let me correct one thing. It's not actually volume, it's actually direct runoff discharge actually. But I need volume. To find out the volume, you got to multiply discharge by some time, right? Here, the time is, I'll say it later, wait, I need total volume, then I'll divide this volume by the catchment area. Here the area is catchment area, catchment area. Now the concern is, well, what is the total volume, all right? Here the total volume, it is for direct runoff. We're interested in direct runoff, not in base flow altogether. Here the direct runoff volume, I can find it by the discharge, what is 1573.2. I can multiply it by the time. What is the time gap here? 2468. Each gap is 2 hours. So I can multiply it by 2. And to get it in second, I will multiply it by 60 and 60. One mistake many of you can make, that is to multiply it not by 2, just you can multiply it by like 24 altogether, or you can multiply it by 4 hour. But why we have multiplied it by 2? The reason is you have got 23.6 meter cube per second discharge per second, and it occurred for a duration of 2 hours. So if you multiply it by 2 hours, you'll get a discharge for the first 2 hour period. For this 248.6, if you multiply it by 2, you'll get the discharge for that time period, next 2 hour period. So you can sum all of these and take 2 as common. Then you multiply it, the common part which is 2, right? So from here, you get the volume of 11.33 multiplied by 10 to the power 6 meter cube. So don't make any mistakes multiplying it by let's say 24 or 4 hour total rainfall. You just have to multiply it by the time gap you have. So you have got the total volume. Now you need the depth. You can find it very easily. 11.33 multiply it 20 into the power 6. I have missed a point here. So catchment area is 100 square kilometer. So you can multiply it by 100. To take it in meter, you can multiply it by 10 to the power 6 as it was in square kilometer. You'll get a value of 0.1133 centimeter, which is eventually 11.33 centimeter. So the direct runoff values here are for 11.33 centimeter, but it is for 11.33 centimeter. But you are interested to find out the direct runoff flow for 1 centimeter. Then how do you do it? You just divide it by 11.33. So if you want to develop a 4 hour unit hydrograph, you just divide 23.6 by 11.33, then you get a value of 2.02. Then you get a value of 12.939. Then you get a value of 21.94. Then you get a value of 21.85. Then you get a value of 18.49. Then you get a value of, let's say, 15.4, 12.8, 10.7, then 7.2, then 5.7, then 4.7, 0.73, then 2.5. So this is the 4-hour unit hydrograph. This is how you develop a unit hydrograph. So, well, if you were to find the total discharge or peak discharge, maybe for a particular hour, let's say, sorry, particular centimeter, let's say for a 20 centimeter rainfall, you just multiply by the ordinates of 4-hour unit hydrograph by 20, and you'll get the discharge for 4-hour rainfall for 20 centimeter. So this is how you construct a unit hydrograph. Though I haven't draw the figure, but you have the ordinates, so it will do. So this is all from the first lecture from unit hydrograph. Later we'll do some more complex maths on it. One more thing, that is here from here, though I haven't drawn the figure, from here you can actually find out the peak discharge that will be somewhere over here, like 21 point something will be the peak discharge. And if you want to find the total discharge, you just sum them all, and you will get them for unit rainfall. If you are asked to find out a particular our particular depth, then you just multiply it and you just sum it, or from there you can find out the peak discharge.